That's
What
Shaq.
was that town?
Hollow.
Remember? Okay, I do remember that one night. Oh my God, we played this bar, and this guy had sheets of acid, and everybody waited to drop at the last night.
That was Middleton.
That was Middleton. Okay. Remember that girl that came in with the new tit jobs? Because you're the first guy I want to fuck with my new tit job.
I don't remember that.
You remember that chick?
I wouldn't.
So I
wouldn't.
leave with her, and then 4 hours later, I come back, and everybody's like laughing and having a dandy old time. And then that little kid, remember that little kid, that little 6-year-old kid that we met at that hotel that night? Or that
I do
day?
not.
Remember that little kid that come up to us? He's like 8, 9 years old, and he had this wild haircut, and he'd say, "I hate when chicks stop mid blowjob." Damn.
I do not remember
Like,
that at
you,
all.
I would
I
freak
don't
out.
remember that.
But this is why
You
it's
next
important.
thing
This is
I
why I brought him
remember.
up, because right
Yeah.
when I got there, the kid was there, like walking up with me. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, kid?" Blah 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 blah. I remember, and then all of a sudden I open the door, and then he kind of pokes in and steps in, and I'm looking at him. Then all of a sudden you jump on the bed.
Me.
You said, "Look, yes, you."
Okay,
You
I
said,
believe that.
you
I
said,
believe
"Little
that.
boy, you can't be in here today."
Oh my God. Now that
We're gonna be
that,
talking
you
about
know,
all kinds of
that.
adult things, like
can never-
appendages and penetration, and you need to leave.
That had to be before that guy killed himself.
Yeah, it was. That was, yes. Because then, okay, again, I went with the girl, and then all of a sudden I thought about 4 hours later, I was like, I slept a little bit, and we had, okay, and then I went, I remember my trunk being unlocked, and I'm a little weirded out. There's a lot of people tripping, so let's go back, because she didn't live far from there. So I went back, and it was like 4 hours later, and then it was, the whole mood was different. Like
Yeah, you think?
like Brian and Ron were like in the bathroom, locked in the bathroom with their hands together, going, "Oh my God!"
Yeah. Yeah, it was rough.
And I was freaking out. I was like, "Oh my God,
Whole
what's
new
going
vibe.
on?"
Right?
That was crazy. Then the cops were coming around, and then you closed the door. I remember you closing the door, and I'm with that chick with the breast, and she's like, "What's going on?" I said, "I don't know, but let's try to go back to your place." So
Good
you
plan.
go, "Nobody's leaving right now. Nobody's leaving." I'm like, "Pete, you're going crazy." Then all of a sudden, the guy that was there, he goes,
John's talking about that guy. Well, that's the acid guy. That's the guy that gave us all the acid. And the thing about him that was so trippy is that he had a bullet in his leg that he couldn't get out. One of our guys caught him in the bathroom trying to remove the bullet, and with a pair of scissors that we used to cut up our clothes with, And Bone was freaking out because of the acid, picked up the knife, tried to stab the guy. Everything got super weird. I mean, it went from weird to weirder. And I was trying to chill everybody out, and acid guy kept running up to people and screaming in their face. When you're tripping on acid, that's not what you need. Growing up, I had a lot of LSD. The thing is that the kind of LSD that I was taking back in the 70s, was made by a chemist in a laboratory. This shitty blotter was for sure made in some trailer park in southern Ohio. It had a hard edge on it. And, you call it taking a trip because you're going somewhere. And we certainly went somewhere that night. Took a left, took a right, and it went down Ugly Avenue really fast.
"I gotta get out of here, blah 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 blah." And then we open the door. He disappears, and then I go to Ron and who, I think it was you and Rob. We all kind of agreed, let's go across the street and get something to drink and freshen up and walk around. So we went out there, because I remember this, because I didn't drop. I was the only one that did not drop, and that's why I
Right.
remember all this really. Just
You were the only one.
the
that was
only
not
one that
tripping.
didn't, because I did. Do you imagine me tripping?
No.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, because I've done it a few times. I did
Me
some
and
crazy
Cece
shit.
Solid. No.
It was too close to the highway for me to be tripping. I was at the farm the first time I tripped.
Yeah, more than that.
But anyway, so then all of a sudden we're crossing the street. And then the guy, remember, he turns around and says, "You want to see something?" I said, "Oh, he's crazy. This guy's nuts, blah, blah." and we had
Right.
no idea that he was right behind us. Remember that?
Yeah,
He
I
was
watched
right
him do it.
freaking behind us. He goes, "You want to see something crazy?"
You know, I mean, just like John says it, we're standing there on the side of the road, and Acid Guy says, "You want to see something wild?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to see something wild." And he stepped out onto traffic on that highway and was hit by a car, went over that car, and ended up through the windshield of the car behind that. I mean, for a bunch of guys standing on the side of the road, on acid, we were blown away. Like, what the what did we just witness? You know, this was so horrific that this guy just wiped out, and another car hit a telephone pole. I mean, it was just so surreal. I mean, it's I could only laugh. It was just so traumatizing. So traumatizing. And you know, what do you think we did? We ran. We ran back to the hotel.
He runs right on the street.
Yeah,
He gets clobbered.
yeah.
Oh my God. And remember, you closed the door. We ran right back to you closed the door and you're peeking about every 30 seconds. I cannot believe the cops did not even bother us.
I cannot believe the cops didn't. Well, let it be said that in my lifetime, I was a victim of violent crimes twice in Ohio, and they refused to go after the people that did it. You know, so the cops in Ohio usually don't like to get involved. As long as they can collect the body and put it in the van,
Right.
I think we're
Let's
done
not
here.
get involved.
Man,
This is a personal situation.
I remember when Cece, we were leaving. I said, "Was that the place? Is that the place where he got creamed?" We're pulling out, and Cece goes, "Yeah, there's that damn greasy spot."
The Lily spot.